All right, how are you guys doing?
Doing
Very
great.
good. Love
Hey,
your background.
thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys taking time to talk to me about the knife. Nnamdi, I talked to you a few years ago for Crown Heights,
Oh,
and at the time your acting career was just starting to really take off, man. And now here you are doing your directorial debut. It's a big jump, man. Was this something you were always planning?
you're getting me at all of my first. I appreciate this. This is awesome. No, I didn't. I did not plan to direct. People told me like while I was acting, if I would like talk to people about certain things, I would hear you should direct one day. You should direct, but it was never something I wanted to do. Um, and then this project came along, and Mark Duplass, basically said, "This is a project that you have now written. I think it'd be great if you give it a shot at directing." And it took me a little bit to get into it, but then I said, "Let me go for it." So no, it was not a plan.
Okay. Melissa, I am a Homicide: Life on the Street super fan, so I'm gonna not try not to geek out and go into like K Howard riff or anything like that. But it's always
Thanks. I
great.
I miss her too.
It's always great to see you in a performance, and great to see you playing a detective again. What was it like coming into this film, and like what specifically drew you to it?
Well, when I first heard that there was an offer about playing a detective, I was not terribly interested. I had done quite a bit of that, and I sort of shoved it to the other side of the table. And then I heard a little something more, and then a little something more, and then I heard that Nnamdi was going to go to his second choice if I didn't want to talk to him. And I thought, oh, am I his first choice? Well, let me talk to him. And I'd say it was about 10 minutes on the phone, and I knew I would work with that man. He's brilliant. He knows what to say, he knows how to say it, he knows when to say it. And he said all the right things in that conversation, and it did not shift from there. It was a joy. What was it for me? Three, for you guys, it was 4 weeks of night shoots in the middle of nowhere. It was a joy, every moment of it. He's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant director, and it has to do with where he's come from and who he is and where he's going.
Nanda, she's blowing your head up, man. Hope you don't get.
Oh man,
Yeah.
she's something. She's something.
Uh, Asia, I feel like Alexandra is the most complicated character of all of them because
Oh,
she's she's the one who takes proactive steps in this situation. So talk to me about getting into that character and what was it that drew you to the film also?
when I first read this script, and I am also a huge fan of Nnamdi's, just like Melissa said, he's wonderful to talk to.
He looks
Just gonna
so.
jump on that train. We love you. But when I first read this script, I deeply related to this woman, and I mean, I can't imagine anyone who wouldn't be able to relate to her, especially as Black people living in the United States. Like it's a circumstance where you understand this
Mm.
so just so innately. It's like it's in your system because we know the history of our country and everything that people go through even today. So I mean, I find her completely justifiable in all of her actions. Where every time we've talked about it, I'm always doubling down on like she's doing the right thing. Um, and I think it's really relatable, and it's the premise of it is so simple and yet so breathtakingly complex and deep. And I was so moved by it because I you just felt the realness of it, the intimacy of it, and the way he talked about shooting it. And it was like, yeah, I want to be a part of telling this story because I just feel like it'll be so well understood. And it's an experience that, I mean, for anyone who's ever been pulled over by a police officer, for anyone who's ever had a cop knock at their door, for whatever reason, it is just something you understand very deeply. And so I love the way the story plays out and what we do with it.
I love that you say that you are totally in favor of what she does, because what she does can be indefensible. I mean, what she does at one point, right? I mean, it's like, but at the same time, I feel like this movie, and Nnamdi, I'll throw this one to you because it's like this movie. It totally depends on what experiences you bring to it. I think, right? Like, it could be seen, like, from Black people's perspectives. You can be like Asian and be like, I totally see what they're doing right here, and other people come from another place and be like, well, I mean, they're not exactly being, fully transparent here about everything that's happening,
We've
right?
gotten the
You guys
full,
acted with on the screenplay.
yeah, we've gotten the full range. I've been at festivals with Melissa. We've been, just talking to audiences, and it's the full scope. And it always comes back to, what do you bring into the film?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad you coined it that way, because a lot of people say, what do you want people to take away from the film? And this isn't one of those films. There isn't a clean cut. Oh, these people are bad, these people are good, this is the way life should go, that's the end of the story. This is one of those stories where there is a conversation, and it depends on how you came into it. It depends on the lens that you bring into it, whether it's race, whether it's gender, whether it's occupation. There are so many different factors that sort of play into how you'll feel about the film at the end of it.
And Melissa, Detective Carlsen, I think that role, that performance needs to be balanced, right, really, really well, because pushed too hard and she could come off as being racist, but she looks like she's just doing her job, so that role is very complex too.
I appreciate you saying that, just doing her job, because that's what I always go to, right, wrong, she's doing her job, and it's pretty clear in the details of the story. She's doing her job under a certain amount of duress. She's got a kid at home, and she's got the middle of the night, and she was just on another murder. God knows how ghastly that one was, and right, so things are piling up for her too. She comes to the movie with things already piling up too, and I think that when I hear it talked about in that way, I begin to understand what the invitation Nnamdi gave to me, because I do think I succeed in being both a woman doing her job and somebody who doesn't want to upset this family, doesn't want to scare this family, but they're not cooperating, and it gets kind of stickier and stickier. I think some part of Detective Carlsen would really like to just go home at some point a little earlier in the evening. But she can't do that. So,
Well, guys, that's my time with you. I really appreciate all three of you taking time to talk to me about the knife. I think Bleed Film comes out August 15th. So I look forward to more people getting to check it out. And I hope I get to talk to all three of you again soon about this or anything else. So I appreciate your time.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.